How to make it as a high school dropout. I'm Nate. I'm the Fit Future MD. Upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Pick up the free copy of the nutrition and workout guide in the description below. I'm currently down 43 pounds. And if you're interested in how I did that, pick up the copy of the free nutrition and workout guide. I'm the owner of InserSale. InserSale is family. Together we rise up from humble beginnings to inspire others all over the world with the messages on our t-shirts. Wear your inspiration today. Email me at insersale@gmail.com and send me your inspirational message, and I will personally make you an article of clothing that you like, right? Use code FitFutureMD for 20% off, and today is Cyber Monday. So use code Black Friday for 30% off still going on. We got a few items left, so check that out. So, there comes a time in everybody's life where you're having to make a choice on a career path. And so this video is basically for somebody that, the education system basically didn't work for you, right? Like, for whatever reason, you might have had to work and miss too many days of school to be able to graduate. There's a lot of reasons why, people drop out of school, right? Number one, not believing in the system. The system's teaching you stuff. The system is teaching you stuff that is not applicable to the real world, right? A lot of people believe that, right? Especially if you're a person that's not good at science, math, and history, the system may not be really what's good for you, right? If you're a person that works with your hands, you enjoy working on cars or, whatever, all this extra stuff in the system, it may just not be your forte, right? So, but that being said, I'm gonna do this video as if you can't get a GED, right? You're not able to get it or whatever, right? So what would I do if, I am a high school dropout and I want to come up with the best way to become successful still in life? That being said, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to assess my level of expertise. What am I interested in? What do I know really well? Etc. Right? I'm also going to assess what is my capability of learning? Like, can I actually learn stuff? Does it take me a long time to learn stuff, but I remember it completely? Or I'm just not a good learner at all, right? Because that's going to determine, basically your path, right? Because most people, that don't like the system because they're meant to be a boss, right? They're meant to be, maybe the owner of their own business or, whatever, right? Let's say, when my family needed money, early in life, like we would hustle things, right? Like we would have yard sales, we would flip items, we would sell chicken plates. There's all kinds of things that you can do to make money that's outside of the regular system, regular get a job and all that, right? So the first thing, and then the second thing is, well, I have to eat, right? I got to be able to support myself. I need to be able to eat. And what I would tell that young person is to find something that you can learn to do and be successful at, right? So that might be HVAC. So you may go work for an HVAC company. That might be plumbing. You may go work for a plumber, right? And both of those, you can start your own business, right? Eventually when you learn the craft, right? And it's on the job training and then they do have a little bit of college and stuff like that on that kind of stuff, right? Another one is like yard work or grass cutting, stuff like that. So like if you're starting with, say you're starting with $1,000, you can easily, or say you need $1,000 to start, you can easily go work cutting grass in the summer and save up enough money to start the grass cutting business the next year, right? Or whatever, right? And you can do that 16, 17 years old, right? Because if you're dropping out at 16, this is what I would be doing, right? I would be trying to find something that, I could make a career that doesn't necessarily cost an arm and a leg to start, right? So you basically need, a truck, a lawnmower, a weed eater, and some gas money, right? So, and door knocking skills or some cards to hand out, right? So that's really the two ways. You either go get a job to learn a skill, or you start something on your own that's got a low barrier to entry that you can work hard and do things a little bit extra that other people are not willing to do, right? So, for instance, we had an HVAC company, come out and replace our HVAC, and for whatever reason, just that little bit extra thing, they just weren't willing to do. Whether that's, you make a mess, sweep it up, you leave a mark on the ceiling, clean it up, a lot of stuff like that, right? Just like kind of being in a hurry, ready, 3:30's here, we're ready to go home type deal, right? But you could have been that person that did that little bit extra, and then all of a sudden, oh, Nate was great when he did my HVAC, I'm going to recommend him when he starts his own company, right? Stuff like that. So those are really the options that I would go with right now. Obviously, if you come from money and you drop out, that's a completely different thing. But if you're just dropping out, as a regular individual, the whole point of a job is not to earn money. The point of a job is to learn a skill, right? Right. And then so once I get that business up and running, I'm going to learn about investing, right? Because basically I'm going to put away 15% of everything I make, investing into other people's labor, right? So whether that's through real estate, whether that's through the stock market, whatever, because it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you keep, and how, because basically that's the key to the whole game. The key to the whole game is leverage, right? If you let, stock market and real estate basically allow you to leverage other people's labor, right? Because, so here's the thing, you can work really hard rowing a dinghy, but you're really not going to get very far in a dinghy, right? But if you say you work hard on a big ship, you might cross the whole freaking ocean, right? So real estate and the stock market is the big ship, right? Your regular job is the dinghy, right? So you want to be able to leverage, a ship has hundreds of workers, right? So you leverage 100 workers, with money that you made rowing the dinghy, right? So it's all about the, basically the Warren Buffett quote, right, is that, this person that I graduated with went into steel, and I went into, investing in businesses. My boat was bigger, right, than the steel business, right? So, you got to keep that in mind. And that's really the key to the success is long-term wealth accumulation, right? I always, when I was a kid, I saw, all these people driving nice cars, living in nice houses. I thought all these people were rich. And it turns out that they weren't rich. And, you know, crashes came, they lost everything. Most of them are divorced now because of money. It was all a facade, right? And so now I'm learning how, you know, I've learned how to create real wealth, right? And, you know, obviously your income does matter in that, right? Like, you know, the higher the income you have, the easier it is to acquire those assets, right? And to acquire other people's leverage. But, you know, obviously, you know, you can flip more money in a business than you can, you know, in the stock market or real estate. But if you're not going to open up your own business, so say you're just going to be an HVAC worker, or you're just going to be a worker for somebody's, or a construction worker, or, you know, whatever, you know, as a dropout, you know, obviously using other people's labor through the stock market and real estate is the way to go, right? And you do that long term, 15% of whatever you make is, you know, the standard, right? Obviously you want to stay out of debt, you know, that kind of thing. But, you know, there's plenty of rich people in debt, so, you know, it's not a necessity to be out of debt, but, you know, it does make it a lot less risky, right? So I'm Nate, I'm the Fit Future MD. This is what I would do if I had dropped out of school. And honestly, you know, I graduated high school in 2005, and I probably would have been a lot more ahead if I had dropped out of school. But, you know, hindsight's 2020. You know, you can only deal with what you got now. So, you know, if a recession does come, it is the time to get rich. So, you know, this is what you do. You learn to get rich. I'm Nate. I'm the Fit Future MD. Check out answersale.com. It's Cyber Monday. Use code Black Friday for 30% off. And, you know, check out that difference maker line. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.